Good afternoon. Trying to be very careful because the last time I went live, I was talking about how the path was not covered. Well, now not only is it covered, well, not completely covered, but quite a bit more leaves, but also they're slippery because it was raining. And for that reason, I'm going very slowly down the hill to my favorite stream here. Okay, so I'm at the base, all the way down. There's a path. Looks good. And then more leaves. You see, oh, it's quiet. Very quiet. See the bugs? So I can't stay here very long. I probably will be eaten up. But let's have a look at the stream. Why not? Oh, there's a mosquito. Yeah, I really can't stay here long near the water, especially. And I have no spray on, so that's not great. Sounds good. Just sit here for a minute. Look around. Hopefully I don't get eaten up alive by mosquitoes. Okay, let's try the other side. It's quieter on this side. Right now, I think we're at an in-between stage. Things don't really look great. The leaves are starting to die off and not just change colors, but just it's like they're just starting to die off of the branch. Some of them. Here's a good look at the stream again. Okay, so hi, Unfriends18. How are you? Thanks for joining. And I think we're going to try and take a look a little further up the path, but you can see very different than the last time I was here. Very different. So this is in Northern Virginia, and we have paths all over the place. Yesterday, I didn't go live, but I took a new one when I was out and about running some errands. So Northern Virginia, I haven't been here that long, but I come here often, and I stay for a while, and then I move around to other places. So basically, I have home here and a home in Florida, which I was there not too long ago, but I like to see the seasons change before it gets cold. I lived in Florida so long that I don't mind the cold. I really don't. And before that, I was in California. So I kind of like the cooler weather. In fact, when we lived in Florida for a while, we used to go back to San Francisco. And are you super rich? No, not at all. Just a little bit of management of money to try and make sure that we were able to move around as we like. But no, comfortable, yes. So walking up this path, I'm breathing a little harder. Because not too long ago, I was celebrating my birthday, and so I did get out and walk. In fact, we went to Washington, D.C., and stayed there for a couple of days, just the weekend. And we went to the botanical gardens, which was part of my birthday present. That's funny. Thank you for the happy birthday. There's not as much going on as there was before. There's a squirrel. In DC, I did see a white squirrel for the first time. And of course, I researched it. And there are white squirrels, regions with white squirrels, but it's not in Washington, D.C. And yeah, I could tell it was an albino squirrel because of the pink around the eyes and the ears. So that squirrel is taking one of those paths. I call that the creature path. And you can tell they run in and out of this area. In fact, when I started my walk, before I started the live, let me zoom in, I ran into some deer that were just trying to get an afternoon, evening meal, which was nice. And I filmed them for a minute or two. Okay. So all these leaves, the last time I went live, they were yellow, red, orange, but now most of them are brown, brown, brown. I didn't intend on going live, so I kind of went to the same place. I was going to try to get another path around a lake, but I don't know if I'm here for the duration. We will see. It's not hot right now, but it's not incredibly cool. So right now it is about 74 degrees, which is comfortable. See, now I'm heading into a neighborhood. So it's kind of like I'm exiting the path, and then I have to jump on another one after I cross the street. But all of this does get very nice and a lot of color variation. I'm sorry I'm breathing so hard. But that's the way it goes. You take a couple of days off, you indulge, and before you know it, you're walking again and breathing hard. Some beautiful dogs coming. Auntie, that's good. Hi.
Come on. Okay, yeah, you go mark your spot right there.
Okay, so, oh, this looks like a dog that my son used to have, Buddy, but Buddy passed last March. He's a good dog too. Beautiful, high.
Thank you.
Wow.
But everybody wants to relax.
Yeah. So that was a rough time because he was old. I think he was 10 or 11, but he was sick. And he got sick pretty quickly. His health went down, and they actually, my son and daughter-in-law were on vacation. They went to Costa Rica for a vacation, and my husband and I, we were watching the dogs. So Buddy started getting sick, and you could tell he started having accidents. But he really held on until they came back. I've already crossed the road, and I'm on another path that still trails through a neighborhood. So he held on until they came back, but a couple of days later he went to the vet, and that was it. Hello? Okay. So a few hills, but not bad. Hey, do you have any questions? I mean, I've already fielded a couple of questions. Not bad. But do you have any more? And is there anything that you would like to see nature-wise? I did. I don't know if you can hear me. Pressure wash. I'll just wait. You can see that. Okay, so I think those are ornamental cherries. So I mentioned that it was my birthday and we went to the botanical gardens. And I did put up one video. I have many more. I hadn't been there in a long time. Hi.
Yeah. Well,
So it
it's
was
not
very
personal.
nice to be able to go there and look around. Actually, it's been a few years since I went to the botanical garden. I like to go to the arboretum. So I'd say about once a year on average I get to the arboretum. And I love these pines right here. They are lined up and look like they're ready for the holidays. Okay. These look a little weak. It's a different type of pine. So anyway, if you're interested in taking a look at that video, it is of a Japanese anemone. This had white ones. It's really nice. There's a botanical gardens not too far from here, which I also go to. And I had seen a pink variety, the pink color. So it was nice to see the variation in the white. Okay, I'm headed towards the street again. And from here it gets interesting because there are two lakes and I don't want to go to the lake I usually go to. I kind of want to go to the other lake. The problem being is I don't see a path down here, and I don't know where the sidewalk ends over there. So, yeah, I'm going to figure it out. There's no crosswalk here. I'm going to keep walking on this side because I know in the other direction that is not where I want to be. That is the other lake. There are probably, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 lakes around here. And when you get in Northern Virginia, you're inland. And I always say, I grew up being around the beach a lot of times. So a lot of people like the beach, but don't miss the beach. I've always been around the beach. And that's fine. I enjoy it, but I don't miss it. Some people might. Are you one of those people? Do you like the beach? Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
I wouldn't be surprised because most people love the beach. Oh, here's your crosswalk. I'm on the right path. Everybody is crossing the street to get over here. But I know the lake is on the right side of the road. Should I cross here? But I'm sorry I have you looking at the ground most of the way. I know that's probably not great. I see the sidewalk, but it also looks like it ends. I'm gonna go down a little further and see what happens. Now, what I could do is so much traffic. And this stream, maybe start another one and get around the lake. Anybody? If you have a preference, let me know. If not, I'll let it go. So what do you like to do when the weather is like this? It's comfortable. I always say this type of weather is ideal. I think I see a path that goes down by the lake. I should have crossed the street. Oh yeah, I really should have crossed the street. This one ends. Probably goes down into the woods. Not happy about that. Why don't they have a crosswalk here? Okay. Well, I'll figure it out, I guess. I don't like that this is, you can't really see on the curb. It's a blind crossing, which is not cool. Yeah, it's cameras. Let's see. Don't want to risk my life here. You know what? I might walk back and go the other way and then take that path down. So I see the sign for the lake. I knew I should have crossed back there. Okay. It's not that far. I don't know why I felt like it was very far away. It's not. Okay. It's a little bit of the street. It's not an incredibly busy street. But safety first. Let's keep going. Sorry if this is shaky also. That's what I always apologize for. Shaky camera work. See, there's the crossing right there. Not that far at all. Okay. This lake is fairly large, quite beautiful. So if you're still there, you might want to hang on. Thank you. See, people let you go. Watching the bus. Thank you. Okay. Across the street. That wasn't too bad. It's a bus I had to cross in front of. And okay. The hydrangeas are really having a rough time. They're almost done. I saw some at the botanical gardens. They were pretty much done, but the color was still nice. They were a reddish brown. Okay. And sorry you're looking at the ground again, the sidewalk. Go slower so maybe it's not so shaky. I usually do not come this way, so the traffic is a little heavier than I would anticipate. Oh, look at this. See? There you go. That's a nature shot. Oh, the little flower is still thriving. Look at you. It's pretty. A few more coming. Here's the thing. Let's keep it up. Yeah, look at these. That's pretty. All right, I also have to keep up. And at 6:30, it was pretty dark. But it was also raining. So the cloud coverage did not help that at all. More sidewalk, but we are getting to the lake. The lake. But I feel like I'm gonna have to turn right around and go home. Let's see. The Nature Center is 1.47 miles away. Okay. Do know where I am. I drive this almost every day. Not today though. Today is Rosh Hashanah start, from what I understand. So that is not necessary. Look at those birds. Oh my God. It took me a while. I should have moved into this area probably 20 years ago. But that didn't happen. Okay. It's a pool nestled in here, but all the pools have closed for the season. Something else that I had to get used to. But when we go to Florida, the pool is open. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can see a little bit. Now I'm going down. It's a little bit of a descent. Just a little. But at least you're not looking at the sidewalk. Right? I appreciate if you are still here and did endure and look at the sidewalk. And I hope that it's paying off at this point. That you're enjoying this instead of that. But I'll let you take a quick look at the lake because the lake goes under the road over there. Okay, back this way. I don't think you wanted to look at that electrical box, so kind of let you look back out at the road again. Look at that sky. Wow, it's gorgeous. Very different than yesterday. Okay. And you can maybe see the lake right over there. I almost want to walk in front instead of going on the path. Right about here. Let's just have it. That was like a peek through the trees. I'll zoom in a little for you. And zoom right back out and start making my way down to the path around the lake. This glorious tree, look at that. And the leaves are starting to turn a little bit. On this one, just like people, every piece of vegetation has its own timeline. Okay. A little sign for the wildlife meadow, which is everywhere. And the goldenrod is still kicking. So bright. Looks like, I see I'm cutting in and out. Hopefully not too much. But it's starting to die back. Still pretty. And then this is the boat ramp. The mosquitoes. I was bitten already. Just once. I saw it starting to swell up just a little bit. Now, I will say this about the mosquitoes here. In Northern Virginia, the mosquitoes aren't as vicious. Of course, this is my own experience. As vicious as the ones in Florida. In Florida, they will eat you alive. But here they bite. It may itch just a little bit, and then they move on. Not that bad. You can still see the lake there. And some of the fall foliage. That's very bright. Lake is pretty calm today. This is cherry. You can tell by the bark. And in the spring, you can walk along and see all the cherry blossoms. So it's very nice. You see all the cherry blossoms. Let's keep going. Thanks for the thumbs up. If you are still watching, now might be a good time to subscribe. Try not to get my fingers. I'm always filming my fingers. Like, yep, there's my thumb. There's my pointer finger. This is a nice little vignette. Here in the evenings. Have a little seat, relax a little, or early morning, have your coffee right here. Let's keep going. Sure, I'm zoomed all the way out. So yeah, this is how I spend my time a lot of times, just trying to get out, hang out with nature. squeeze in a little activity. While I do it. That's a private path. It leads up to the homes there. When I was at the botanical garden, I saw something about poison ivy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I see that all the time. When I'm walking, and I try not to let things brush against me, but every once in a while something will brush against you if you're too close to the edge, and that happens. But so far I've been lucky not to have any issues. No issues. It's a little frowsy in here. I don't know what was here. Wild animals, dogs, not sure, cats. Any of the above. Any or all. Get that a little higher. Now, the other lake, I don't know if you can see it, is right over that road. I could actually go to both of them. You know what? I think I'll do that. I don't know if I'll still be on the live stream at that point, but I think I will. Which might mean I think that means I have to walk up that hill. We will see. If I remember correctly, that's what's going to happen. So yeah, Fairfax is a fairly large county. And I like it. I felt like when I was in Florida, we lived in northern Florida. So there weren't a lot of places where you can just get out and walk. I mean, I used to do it anyway. You work with what you have. But I felt, I guess because of the winter here, but there you don't really have a winter. So I don't feel like a lot of times the mosquitoes will die enough for you to walk through the woods. And I have been on several paths in Florida, several trails where snake, snake, snake. So nobody wants that. I mean, you deal with it, but do you want it? No. So I appreciate being able to walk through the woods here like this on a comfortable day. Here also, I can walk all through summer. And in Florida, you can walk all through summer, but you are going to really get warm. So, I mean, dripping. If you sweat, you are going to drip with sweat in Florida. Here, you'll sweat, sure. But the drip, not as much. Sorry for the hands being in the video. But like I said, it happens. I could fix that. I know. But I want you to see everything. Not my hands, but I want you to see the path and the trees and the lake. Yes, so Fairfax, this area of Northern Virginia, has the W and OD trail, which is where the railroad tracks used to be, and it runs all the way through into Washington, D.C. And even if I didn't live here some of the time, I would, if you enjoy nature and you want to get out and get away from maybe the, I guess, the very trafficked, visited areas, I would definitely look up the trails and have a day all through Maryland. It's really nice. So I forgot, we've been on a couple of paths in Maryland. There was one, I want to say, well, we were in Bethesda. So it was near Bethesda or in Bethesda. That was also a very nice path to walk on, a very nice trail. And these are paved. You can go off on the unpaved trails, which I have also done. And the last time, okay, I'll say that. I'll say you can go on the unpaved trails and walk through the woods. Like there's probably one in here somewhere. But the conditions. Right now, it rained not too long ago. So it'd probably be a little treacherous, a little slippery, a little dangerous, depending on who you are and what you're doing. Now I'm going to circle back. I was on, in the other direction, I was on the trail, the paved trail, path. And I haven't posted this video because I was a little shook up by it. So, oh, I should let you look at this without talking. People are coming. All right, so anyway, I was on that trail and somebody was calling out for help. And I was actually doing another live, a YouTube live, and I heard someone saying, help, help. And so I stopped and I was calling across, they were across the woods, like where I showed you the other lake was. They seemed very far off in the distance, but not too far where I couldn't hear them call for help. So I was asking, all right, do you need help? I called out, do you need help? Because you never know, whatever. A lot doesn't go on around here, but, you know, you could never say never. And they kept saying help, like not rapidly, but I would say probably every 30 seconds or so, they would say help. So I tried to ask if they needed any help. And they didn't answer. They just kept saying, help, help. So eventually I was like, okay, I'm going to call 911. Are you okay? And they just kept saying help. So I said, okay, I'm calling 911. So I called 911. Fairfax Police Department shows up. They drove up on the path, like the path I'm walking on right now. They drove like an SUV and one of the sedans, police cars, right up through the path. And by that time, another lady had stopped and she was running and she said, "Yeah, I hear someone yelling for help." So when the police showed up, they had their sirens on and everything. I don't know if the person in the woods could see that or hear that, but they stopped saying help, of course, as soon as the police came. So the lady and I, we both shared that, yeah, we heard the person yelling help like every 30 seconds, and they just stopped. And so they gave them our information and they said, okay, well, we'll look into it. And then as they were leaving and turning around, one of them rolled down the window and said, I think we got a call. He said, we got a call for somebody that had an accident in the woods. So we're going to go that way. But we think that's what it is. So apparently, putting two and two together, that person probably was on a path through the woods and maybe fell down and hurt him or herself. First, it sounded like I don't know, a young boy or a woman, but later when I was listening to it, I was explaining to my family and listening to it, I could hear that it was a man. So yes, I haven't posted that, but really over the last couple of days, I said, I think I just might post that. And the reason why, part of the reason why I didn't post it, it's disturbing in a way. That's disturbing to me, to hear somebody distressed like that. But also, when the police showed up, I thought I turned off the video, but when I showed my family, apparently I didn't. But I did not, you could just hear us talking because I thought I wasn't filming or recording anymore. And I wasn't doing the live stream. And then it was facing up to the sky and you can hear the conversation. Hi. So maybe I will post that in a couple of days. I have to take a look at it. And I've been doing some other work. So, see, this is what I'm talking about. This, I don't even know if you can tell, this is a path. Ooh, Mario Party. Hey, Mario Party. But this is a path. And you could, if it's wet and slippery, someone's coming down here. People bike all through the woods, of course, off-road biking, and maybe that's what happened, unfortunately. We tried to look it up and see if we could find anything else out, but we looked for a couple of days and then we stopped because other things were going on. Now, up this hill on the other side is the other lake I was telling you about. And really, there are two choices. I could go that way and I'll end up going under the road because there's a tunnel, or I could go this way, which I just said it's a little wet. But if you notice, this is the way I went before. This has like a little fibrous, it has ropes, so it gives you some kind of treading to walk on. And then I'll end up going the other way. But you know what? Since I am still alive this long, I might as well go for the money shot and try and stay on long enough to get to the other lake. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. I'm torn because there's the beautiful lake, walking that way, but on this hill, you can see the grass. The grasses are growing up, like the little ryegrass, all the way up the hill. And it's really interesting. It's pretty. Feathery. I think it's a type of ryegrass. It's going up that way. So you saw it. I think I will turn to the lakeside. Here we go. Now, yeah, these are just barely starting to change. But when it does, I don't know if I have pictures up from last year. I did just put one up from the gardens that I go to. So that is there. Here's the lake. Wow. Look at that reflection. I don't know how well it's picking that up. Is that some type of crane? Looks like it. Oh yeah, that looks like it. Thanks. Gotta pick your moments. I can't tell the coloring on it. Just a zen moment. Maybe I will take a seat right here. That's what this bench is here for. Batteries look good, or the battery life looks good. This is giving because the sun is hitting it. Okay. This side is in shadows, as you can see. But this side, let's just focus on this side. Okay, let me get you to the other lake before it gets too late. Just keep walking this way. I probably could have reached the lake faster if I went the other way, now that I think about it. But that's okay. I'll see, a couple of you are here for, oh, one of you is here for the duration. Thanks. Another creature path. Right through there. Another look back at this lake. And then there's this. Okay, let's do it. That's how low we are. We're going up. Have to watch my step. Okay, heading out this way. All right. And back to a little heavy breathing. Okay, not bad. So when I got to the top of the stairs, if I would have gone to the left, that would have provided more views of the lake. But maybe another day. Otro día. Sorry for the heavy breathing again. And any shakiness. I looked this up, and now I can't remember. Let's see. Root beer. Sassafras. That's what it said it is. A sassafras tree. Or, I guess what I saw, it wasn't that big bush. But sassafras has I guess in the root has a I guess like a resin that can be, I don't know if it's lethal, but they used to put it in root beer, and now they don't. They use, I guess, a derivative or something that they make in a lab, because they say sassafras is that dangerous. I have to look into that one again. I was surprised. But the other day, I don't forage really, but I would be interested in finding out about edible plants that you can find out. In fact, I am following a YouTuber, Instagrammer that's fairly famous. I didn't know it when I started following her. What is she called? Let's see. I don't know if she's called, like, I don't want to get it wrong. It could be like the Black Forager. I don't know, I'll look it up. And I may put a link in the community section for her. Please check out the community section. If you're not looking at that, you're missing out on a few little items that might be of interest to you. Okay, so before I take the tunnel down, this is how much the leaves have fallen. But also in this area, right around here, the trees, once they turn, will be a brilliant yellow and orange. So there's also that. Okay, so down through the tunnel. If you are thinking about moving to Northern Virginia, this is it's a very nice area. Sorry for the shaky part of this. So this tunnel, as you see, it goes right under the road. You'll see cars pass over. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a busy area. In fact, once I get past this area, get to the lake, beyond the lake, there are some stores, a couple of restaurants, some fast food franchises. So yes, I like to walk on the rubbery part, but I will forego that. So you don't have to walk through the puddles because rain can collect, water can collect here. Alrighty, through the tunnel, over the river and through the woods. This is actually a nice route that I think I will keep for a variation to the other places where I walk. Somebody's cooking and it smells delicious. There's the road again. If I get a phone call, I will end the stream just because it's, you know. Yeah, so as I was saying, the community section, please check that out. It's good for little tidbits. Things I wouldn't normally post on, make a video about. I might do a quick video. I went into Barnes & Noble not too long ago. They had an excellent section for accessories that deal with nature and wildlife. And I did put that in the community section because I didn't feel like that had a place on the page otherwise. So here we're coming up on the other lake. Sneak peek right there. So interesting fact though about the lakes. From what I understood, some bare minimum research, that it used to be one big lake, which would make sense, especially for the first one that I passed and this one, because really all that's dividing it is the road. So they said it was one big lake, and now we have two, and that's nice. Oh, these plants are all dead around here. They were so throughout the year, different blooms are going on, but the last bloom was hibiscus. So it's very nice. White, bright hibiscus lining all of this. It was pretty cool. Which I know I have a picture of that or a video of that on the channel. Last year, when everything was quiet, we kind of stayed behind here. People are coming. I'm going to show you the path. Or what about this side? There we go. So last year when we kind of stayed behind, um, I came out here on New Year's Day. It was very quiet and peaceful, and I just sat on the bench and I was just reflecting on the past year. I walked out here, took a seat on the bench, and that's how I passed some of the time on New Year's Day. It might be a tradition. I enjoyed it. Might do it again. We will see. So it's probably slower going through the other area because I don't do that as often. I wanted to take my time. This one I go past all the time. So I'm probably moving faster. Plus I'm warmed up. And that makes it a lot easier. All right, let's keep moving. I'm telling you, these are, I don't know if they look the same on video, but these are fantastic. This one's really big. I'm gonna move because my blood is sticking out into the path, but fantastic. Okay, that's it. All right, well, I'm going to be wrapping up here soon because right over this hill, stores. And that has nothing to do with nature. Butterfly. So, thanks for joining me. Thanks for looking at this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good day.
Is that it looks more aesthetically pleasing. That's the only thing that changed. Because I had no fashion sense.